Hey there, today I'm going to share the absolute best packing tips for 2022. My tips and tricks are going to help you pack only what you need, but get the most out of your carry-on suitcase. You're going to pack light, but right. And these are the best packing tips for 2022. If you are packing for a 5-day trip, in a carry-on bag, if you were going on a cruise ship trip, if you were flying internationally, or even taking a road trip, we all have to learn how to pack for a trip. Welcome to my Travel Tips by Laura YouTube channel. I'm a pilot wife and I have learned packing tips and tricks over the last almost 20 years. One of my newest packing tips is from a viewer like you, and I'll share that at the very end. I'm going to share 9 easy packing tips so that you can pack light but right. We only pack in a carry-on suitcase because if we don't get on the flight last minute, as employees, we don't want to have to delay the flight by them getting our suitcase out of the checked luggage area in the airplane. So we will be packing only in a carry-on suitcase. For my list of packing tips, I'm only going to share the 9 best ones with you. The number 1 packing tip is to pack in your personal item bag as an extension of your carry-on suitcase. You want to pack other items that are essential inside this bag. You do not have to fit everything in your carry-on bag. So think of what you need in there that can also go in here. You can also pack in the little pockets of space that are in this personal item bag that's going to go under the airplane seat in front of you. A very important tip is to make sure you pack your medicines or other essential items inside your personal item bag just in case your suitcase gets lost. The number 2 packing tip is to think of what your heaviest items are for this trip. Most of us can agree that shoes take up the most space because they are bulky and they are heavy. When you fly internationally, sometimes weight is an issue for your suitcase. So choosing lightweight shoes or fewer shoes is going to help you pack in a light way. A useful packing tip is to pack 2 pairs of shoes and then wear your heaviest shoes inside the airplane. In the summer, I might pack an extra pair of sandals or a pair of shoes that are lightweight and really thin that I can hang out on the back deck or after supper with. I travel with these Eco brand booties. They are water resistant and they are also so supportive. I also have some sneakers from the Eco brand that are waterproof. Their shoes are very comfortable. They're lightweight to me. I also have these booties that are waterproof by Blondo, and there are several boots that they make. But anyway, another way to lose the weight or the bulk of shoes is to pack booties, which are short boots, instead of the tall boots. Just this fall, I found this little sneaker from Walmart, and there also is one with the black star and just all white with a little leopard on the back, which will help mix and match with different outfits. When I was an elementary school teacher, I wore tennis shoes even with my dress shoes and those awful dress jumpers that we used to wear because my feet are snobs. So for me to say that these Walmart shoes are supportive, I am telling you the truth. The main reason I mention them is because they are lighter weight. So you're thinking of making your shoes less bulky and lighter weight, but they're also able to mix and match with your travel outfits. I do have a video about what outfits to not wear in the airplane for very specific, funny, awful reasons. So don't miss that video that I'll link there and in the description box below for you. The number 3 travel tip for 2022 is to pack in bags according to the time of day that you will need those travel essentials. You're going to pack your morning routine essentials in a certain bag. You're going to pack your middle of the afternoon or your medicines in a certain bag, like this tube cube, I believe is what Tripped brand calls them. This is part of the 3-piece set that is sold out with my toiletry bag and my liquids bag. They are a legitimate brand, and those items will come back into stock, okay? So I will link the 3-piece toiletry set below. But you're going to pack in different sized bags, however you can organize your time of day essentials for that trip. And packing tip number 4 is to divide those bags essentials into smaller bags, into pouches. You already have your liquid essentials in your liquids bag, then you're also going to have smaller pouches. You can pack a little basic set of makeup for the airplane to touch up your face before you land in your personal item bag pouch. You're going to pack your nighttime face cleansing cloths in another kind of pouch that is smaller and can fit into empty pockets of space. These smaller pouches or plastic baggies can fit into those moldable little areas that you have in your personal item bag as well as in your carry-on suitcase. We're packing in all of the spaces of our suitcase and our personal item bag. And do not forget about the outer pockets of your carry-on suitcase. A lot of people just have their passport or their belt, like I do, in there to change after TSA. But you can also pack pouches in there. If you think about when you get inside the airplane and you put your suitcase in the overhead bin, there is nothing for like 6 inches at least above that outer pocket of your carry-on suitcase. So pack it full of essentials. We're packing light but right so that we can pack more. The number 5 packing tip for 2022 is to check the weather and your activities before you are going to pull out your wardrobe for this trip. You choose your outfits based on the temperatures. If you are flying to Europe, you are going to need to pack thin layers. If you're traveling in the winter, pack thin layers. And my main travel tip is to make sure you have a shoe that can get wet. Remember when you are flying to an international destination or on a cruise ship in another country, or that the cruise ship is based in another country, remember that their airflow is not as flowy as it is in the United States, in the cruise ship especially. So you might want to pack like a little travel fan. And this one is only USB use. You cannot charge it or you cannot plug it into the wall. However, if you have packed in thin layers, you will be dressed appropriately for any time of day or airflow. Because of all of the devices and changes in electronics now, I have bought this cord that can charge 4 things or 3 things. It has one for Samsung as well as the little flippy thing on the end that is very strong. It connects your USB A to C. And that way you can charge things on your computer or in a USB thing in the hotel or the cruise ship, and also have them right there for you. Some of you know that you can charge your phone mid-flight because of the outlets that are under some of the seats or all of the seats in some airplanes. This is an old power bank or mobile charger that I have. I recommend the Anchor brand. This is old and still works, so I'm gonna keep using it, but the Anchor brand is what that was from and another one was from. Now they're making them kind of smaller and compact, like in a square shape, but they're a trustworthy company as well. A packing tip for your cords in 2022 is to know that you do not have to use a packing organizer or an electronics organizer. You can pack in baggies, another pouch, for example. You can throw them all in the outer flap pocket of your carry-on suitcase. Just have them available. They are just essentials that we now need on every flight or road trip. The number 7 packing tip is to pack your clothes for your trip in a compression packing cubes. I bought this set of compression cubes because you get 2 large ones in the 6-piece set, and the 2 large ones fill up the length of my suitcase, and then you can pack the smaller cubes like this one and another one on top of your cubes. Compression cubes compress the air between your clothes, and I do not find that they have more wrinkles than folding or using regular cubes. I forgot to add my other packing tip, and that is to pack less jewelry because your mask is still going to be worn and you do not need all those earrings. Sometimes you can pack smaller items in plastic bags. This is an organizer that is divided into 3 separate sections. It's by the Travel-On community or Travel-On company, which I love, but it also has the handle right there. That's a way to organize them and think of them as a long way to pack your jewelry instead of a pouch like this. It's less bulky and it's streamlined and can fit along the line or the outer shell of your suitcase. In 2022, I want to help you think of different ways that you can pack in an efficient way and make the most of the space that is in your carry-on suitcase. All right, the 8th packing tip is to use a passport booklet with a section for your vaccine card. I cannot find mine and I just bought it. However, here's my packing tip. I first bought the little lanyard type case to carry my vaccine card because we have to show it in certain states in the United States now. But anyway, I did not buy the lanyard because I feel like a lanyard is more personable and customizable. You can have some really fun ones. There is one with maps on it that I will link below that I think is totally cute. One packing tip about the vaccine card here in the United States especially is to have that lanyard, because to exercise in the hotel gym, my husband found out in a layover in New Orleans, he had to show his vaccine card every time he wanted to go into the hotel gym. They had to give him a new code to get into the gym. This travel case for your vaccine card does fit inside the extra pocket for that passport booklet that I cannot find. Here's a travel tip. Make sure you find a passport booklet that has the little pin in there. The pin is lightweight and it will always be in your passport booklet, especially for the customs paperwork inside the airplane and when you are going back to the United States or whatever country you're going to. Another way to think thin or think in a different way is to have a basic carry-on bag that is really thin, not flashy, not real pretty, but it has lots of storage and can fit all of your essentials that you need in a different country. The number 9 packing tip for 2022 is to use your mask travel case for different antibacterial items. And here's why it's such a great packing tip. You can pack your extra face mask in one of the cases. It comes in a 4-piece set. You can pack your antibacterial wipes or your hand soap sheets in one of these, and you can pack some gloves in another one. Because these are thin, they can slide along the edge of your suitcase. They can be packed in the very bottom of your backpack or your travel tote. If you have a smart packing tip like that, leave it in the comments below. Our travel community is very helpful, so do not miss those comments, by the way. If you have not used my mask lady, she makes masks that do not fog up my reading glasses. She's the only one I've bought them from now. And I recommend the Liberty fabric. This is great, and this is called the Laurie mask because I have used this one so many times, but I really prefer the Liberty fabric. It's thin, and if you're going to another country, I know there are different mask rules now. They have to be N95 or something like that. They can't be a cloth mask. But I will link her email and her Instagram below. That's the only way you can get in touch with her, but she's on Christmas vacation until January 2nd. So be patient with her, but leave her a message and she'll get back with you. Thanks for watching the best packing tips for 2022. I wish you a wonderful new year and many safe, magical holiday travel trips around this country and the world.